And what I've tried to do is go through this kind of a little bit of a checklist in my life so I don't forget the important stuff. Jesus gave a lot of airtime to this. He talked about loving God with your heart and your soul and your mind. He talked about loving your neighbors and like yourself. He talked about loving widows and orphans and doing things for people that were hurting. It reminds me of learning how to fly. We're out at this beautiful place. This is actually, doesn't look like a runway, but it's a runway. You can actually land a plane here. Not a big plane, mind you, but you can land a plane. And the thing that they teach you about flying is checklists. It's the first thing. There's an acronym for everything. And the acronym I want to teach you about, it's called Gumps. See, you're already in ground school. You're on your way. The first thing you do, you check before you take off in an airplane or land it, is gas. Think about that in your life. What's fueling your ambitions? What is it that's fueling your joy? What's distracting you from your purpose? So gas. U is for undercarriage. Before you land the plane, you need to make sure the wheels are down. Go figure. Every once in a while on the news, you'll see somebody that didn't do the Gumps check or they missed the U for undercarriage. M is for the mixture, whether that engine is running too rich or too lean. For some of us, you're running like redlining all the time. I'm one of those guys. I'm like, I make coffee nervous. And what I'm trying to do is settle it down a little bit. All this frenetic energy is getting in the way. Sitting down and have a conversation with Jesus about who he wants me to be. P is the propeller. So the idea is that you can fan out a propeller. You've probably seen this if you've flown commercially somewhere. The propellers are going, but you're not moving. It's because it's fanned out. And so what you need to do is get the propeller so it's really biting in before you take off or land in a plane. And S is, get this, seat belts. I've been flying more than one time, I'm a little embarrassed to admit, and I heard whack, 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 whack. And I'm thinking, what is that? It's my seatbelt hanging out the door. Don't tell anybody, okay? But what I want us to do is think of a little bit of a Gumps check when it comes to us being distracted. So what is it that you feel like is your purpose? What is it, the stuff that makes you jump out of bed in the morning, feel like, I've got this thing? What is it that is taking you away from some of your greatest creativity? Is it fear? Is it some relationships? Are you surrounded by some naysayers? What I want you to do is figure out what are the most important 4 or 5 things in your life. Your faith, your family, your finances, your fitness, you figure philanthropy, if you want to start with a PH instead of an F. But what I want you to do is to do a bit of a Gumps check on that. But as we take off into this time, I want you to think about, what am I doing? Why am I doing? And what's distracting me from my greater purposes?